In a world bustling with endless noise and relentless striving, there lived a man named Thomas. Thomas was a seeker not of treasures or fame, but of something far more elusive, inner peace. Day after day he chased this delicate feeling, hoping it would finally grant him the calm his restless heart yearned for. His days began with meditation apps and ended with books promising secrets to tranquility. He sought silence in busy coffee shops, calm in the chaos of the city, and refuge in nature's embrace. Yet the peace he pursued slipped through his fingers like fine sand, always just out of reach. It was as if chasing peace only pushed it farther away. One evening, weary from another fruitless search, Thomas wandered into an old temple tucked between modern buildings. There, an elderly monk greeted him with a gentle smile and invited him to sit. The monk spoke softly. "Peace is not a prize to be caught, nor a place to arrive. It is a seed already planted within you, waiting to be nurtured, not chased." Thomas frowned, uncertain. The monk continued, "Imagine a river that rushes endlessly toward the ocean. The river does not force its way. It flows with patience and acceptance. In chasing peace, you become like the river battling rocks and currents. But when you stop forcing and allow yourself to flow, peace will find you naturally." The words lingered in Thomas's mind as he left the temple. He began to notice moments of calm amid the chaos, the quiet breath before sleep, the smile of a stranger, the warmth of sunlight on his face. Slowly he understood that peace was never a distant destination. It was the gentle presence within each moment, uncovered only when the frantic chase ceased. This truth echoed an ancient Buddhist teaching. Attachment creates suffering, and true freedom arises when we release the grasp. Like the proverb says, "He who chases two rabbits catches neither." Thomas learned to stop chasing the elusive and instead welcomed the present with open arms. In letting go, he found what he had been seeking all along, not through pursuit, but through presence. He soon discovered that the struggle for peace often comes from the mind's endless narratives. Thoughts swirl like restless clouds, shaping fears, hopes, and judgments that pull us in every direction. Thomas realized that trying to control these thoughts was like trying to hold on to water. It slips away, no matter how tightly you grasp. The monk's teaching came back to him. Mindfulness is the doorway to peace. Watch your thoughts as a calm sky watches passing clouds. Do not resist, do not cling, simply observe. Thomas began practicing this quiet witnessing, learning to notice his inner turbulence without being swept away. One day, while walking through a park, he met a young woman named May, who shared a story from her own journey. May had faced deep sorrow after losing someone dear, but found solace in a simple saying, "When the winds of life blow fiercely, bend like the bamboo rather than break." She explained that resilience is born not from fighting pain, but from yielding to it with grace. Thomas reflected on how his pursuit of peace had been like fighting the wind stiff and unyielding. He saw now that embracing life's ups and downs with softness could open a new path to inner stillness. This reminded him of the Buddhist teaching of impermanence. Everything flows. Nothing stays fixed. Through these encounters, Thomas's understanding deepened. Peace is not the absence of disturbance, but the ability to remain centered amidst it. He realized that by ceasing the chase and cultivating acceptance, he could invite peace to live within him, no matter what storms came. With this newfound understanding, Thomas began weaving moments of stillness into his daily life. He learned that peace grows not by escaping life's challenges, but by embracing them fully with compassion and awareness. Each morning he sat quietly, feeling the breath rise and fall, anchoring himself in the present moment. He practiced kindness, not just toward others but toward himself, especially when anxiety or frustration arose. One afternoon he stumbled upon an old proverb: "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials." This resonated deeply. Life's difficulties were not obstacles to peace, but the very refining fire that tempered his spirit. Like a blacksmith forging steel, his trials shaped resilience and wisdom. In this way, Thomas found that peace was a living practice, one of patience, acceptance, and gentle persistence. He was no longer running after peace as a prize, but inviting it as a faithful companion on the journey. A Buddhist parable came to mind about a man who searched for a treasure in distant lands, only to discover it buried beneath his own feet all along. Thomas smiled, knowing now that the treasure of peace was within him, not somewhere ahead. His heart grew lighter, his steps calmer, and though the world around him remained unpredictable, Thomas carried a quiet peace steady, unfolding like a lotus bloom in the dawn light. Over time, Thomas's journey taught him the profound lesson that peace cannot be chased because it is not separate from life's very flow. Trying to grasp peace tightly only breeds tension. Like holding a delicate bird too firmly, it escapes or suffers. Instead, peace arises when we loosen our grip, surrender control, and open ourselves to what is. He remembered a saying, "Still waters run deep." Beneath the surface of life's turbulence, a deep calm waits patiently, accessible through presence and acceptance. This was the heart of Buddhist wisdom, a middle way between grasping and aversion, a path of mindful balance. Thomas also embraced the Christian teaching of surrendering burdens, trusting that by releasing control, grace fills the spaces once held by anxiety. He realized that peace is a gift, not a conquest. His story became a quiet testament to many who, like him, felt trapped in the relentless chase for calm. Thomas now shared gently, "Peace is not a destination to reach, but a companion walking with you, sometimes near, sometimes far, always present when you stop running." As night fell one evening, Thomas sat by the riverbank, the water flowing endlessly without strain. In that moment, he understood fully, peace is not found by chasing it, but by allowing it to be. In the quiet aftermath of his transformation, Thomas reflected on the ancient Chinese saying, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." He realized that seeking peace was not about reaching some final destination, but about each mindful step taken in awareness and kindness. He came to see his life as a tapestry woven from many threads: joy and sorrow, success and failure, certainty and doubt. Each thread was essential, each moment valuable. This acceptance opened a spaciousness in his heart, a freedom from the exhausting chase. Through this acceptance, Thomas found a deeper joy, one not dependent on circumstances but rooted in a profound trust in life's unfolding. He understood that peace is not something to be seized, but something to be lived, moment by moment. His journey reminds us gently that when we stop chasing the idea of peace, we begin to live it naturally in the embrace of the present, with all its beauty and imperfection.